I merely meant...
Spoke the quiet part out loud.
Damn.
Xavier would see his Milky Way ghetto become
You are twisting my words.
What the f***? Enjoying my reactions, but you don't feel like waiting a week for the next upload? That's cool, because I got you covered. Chances are, by the time you watch this show on YouTube, I'll already have the full seasons available over on Patreon in their complete unedited glory. All you gotta do is become a tier 2 patron. And if you just so happen to be a viewer who wants to request things from me, such as movies and shows, then you can take your loyalty even further by becoming a tier 3 patron. The ball is in your court, and I'm completely at your service. So take advantage of these opportunities now. Boom. Yo, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, here with me, myself, and I on the ones and twos, and this is We Ain't Seen the Reactions, the place where I react to everything I ain't never seen. And if you read by the title, you already know what time it is. It's time to go on a huge 90s nostalgia trip with more X-Men 97 reactions. Now guys, the last time we left off, we witnessed one of the best X-Men cartoon episodes, or even the best Marvel cartoon episodes in history. Yes, remember it. Which could mean a lot of things, but it particularly means that awesome moment that we got with Gambit essentially sacrificing himself to blow up that big super sentinel that was wreaking havoc on the what seemed to be a utopia, a mutant utopia in the form of Genosha, which was once a slave island, and it was just so beautiful seeing what could have been before it was ultimately brought to a hellacious ruin. There were so many different story beats that were very reminiscent of the good old days of the X-Men, and I feel like the X-Men are fully back in full effect. There have been so many times where Marvel tried to push this thing to the side just to be petty because they didn't own the film rights. And now that they do, it seems like they're trying to do justice to what they did in the past, you know, which is try to push the damn Inhumans to the forefront and make them sort of like the New Mutants, even though we did have something called the New Mutants in the past. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Tried to push the Inhumans to the front and make them like the new faces of Marvel, when in actuality, they already know who the truth is, and that's the X-Men. We also get a chance to see the love triangle between Rogue, Magneto, and Gambit, which was awesome to see. And it was just so prolific how essentially Rogue, she's this character that can't be touched, but she just has a way of drawing different characters in, particularly men that love her, which Magneto professes his love to her to the fullest, and she turns down, and she ultimately chooses Gambit. But unfortunately, by the time she decides to do that, Gambit is killed and Magneto is killed, which I want to point out too, man. I don't see a lot of people discussing this, but the fact that Magneto was able to create this powerful force field and push Rogue to the side with his magnetic powers, all the while holding Leech, a character that's very mutant neutralizing. If you guys know anything about Leech, you know that he pretty much neutralizes any kind of mutant ability. But somehow Magneto was able to hold this guy, you know, which shows that one, he very much cares about the X-Men and the mutants in general, and he will do anything he can to protect them, even if it means amplifying his powers and disobeying the laws of all the different other powers that could counteract his own. So it was nice to see him do that. It's also nice to see other characters from the mythos, you know, like Patricia Tilby, who they call Trish Tilby in this episode, who's basically like this news reporter that essentially has romantic ties to Beast, which I hope we see in the later episodes. I feel like they kind of alluded to that when she was kind of like smitten and, you know, kind of, you know, flirting with Beast a little bit, and you see him turn purple when he blushing and stuff. And we also see Cyclops and what he could potentially be. You know, this thing is tackling so many things, and I have a nagging suspicion that we might get that Dark Phoenix Force Cyclops that we've seen in awesome comics pertaining to the X-Men. So yeah. But anyways, guys, I don't want to waste any more time. I don't know where this is gonna go because it seems like these episodes kind of jump around. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump back into this with the episode titled Life Death Part 2. So it looks like we're going to be following Storm again. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this. Ooh! There's just something about seeing Nightcrawler. Oh wow. No. Hey, Gladiator. Melandria and Professor Xavier. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're going intergalactic with this shit. What if we're gonna see Corsair up in this episode? It's always a blast to see him. Okay, there's a Shi'ar character. Oh shit, it's Deathbird. Let's go. Yeah.
Surrender.
Wow.
No, just perish.
Oh, this bitch, she's about to go insane. Look.
Shall not thwart the will of
Ronan.
supreme intelligence.
Wow. Why do they look like Gacha Man characters? Oh yeah, you ain't fucking with them.
Victory for the Imperial Guard!
Mohawk of Justice!
Be honored to fall at my feet, Rowan, for you shall be memorialized as the corpse upon which I pose.
A true creed bows
To no one. Let's have a dancer. Oh shit. Damn.
Thank you, Gladiator. Tell me where the Supreme Intelligence has fled, or your forces shall suffer.
Wow.
Save them, Rowan. All you need to do is...
Importance, Your Highness?
You dare interrupt my glorious moment?
Oh, it's your sister, the Empress.
Oh, joy.
Who's that? Is that Professor Xavier?
This man helped spare the entire universe from the madness of my brother Deken,
Let's
as
go.
well as the galactic hunger of the Phoenix. This man has unlocked the secrets to my heart.
Oh shit. She's pregnant.
I,
Lalandra.
Lalandra, stand before this high council and before you, my loyal people,
Wow.
with joyous news in times of war. For your empress is to be married, and our empire shall welcome a new emperor.
Who's this?
Professor Charles Xavier.
You see the eyebrows. You know what it is. They must have gave him some kind of like walking suit. It's like, is his disability pretty much been reversed or something?
Might and glory of the Imperium.
You wish to return to your children, don't you?
Yearly visit. See their faces.
Yet, families often mimic black holes. Visit and risk being stuck in its ever-spiraling vacuum of dramas. This is especially true with your students.
Yeah, they come with a lot of fucking drama.
Destroy the universe with the Emkron crystal?
Yeah, the king did actually do that, or come close to doing
You
that
should
shit.
message them. Use a hologlobe. Invite them to the wedding. Unless you fear they'll think you've abandoned them. Do as you did on Earth. Play
Okay.
the role of the peacemaker.
A liaison between the Shi'ar and humankind.
Playing make-believe. Much like my legs in this armor's exoskeleton.
All ruling is make-believe.
So this nigga Charles and got hits with Lalandra, which I thought was going to be the case because this guy, he's been having so many different crosses with this particular space group. And it seems like now he's going to have to decide if he wants to fully be an emperor to this race that he's somewhat familiar with in exchange for just allowing the X-Men to be on their own under somebody else's leadership, which it has been Magneto, but we still don't know if he's dead or alive. You know, they made it seem like he's dead, but certain things have happened. You know, I wasn't fully aware that that story revolving in the last episode was from if I'm not mistaken, Grant Morrison's run of New X-Men, which basically had a Super Sentinel come out and just wipe out everybody on the island of Genosha. In that comic book, I know certain things happen. And I'm not sure if they're going to play it out this way in the show, though. You know, they have a different way of adapting things. But yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what they do with this. I don't know why, this looks like some kind of scenario to an adult video, too. Am I the only one getting this vibe? Anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into this.
You must drink.
The fuck?
Why bother? Liar, traitor, cost you everything. He was trying to help me. A tawdry romance of guilt and shame. How many have suffered his gifts? How many made slaves? Your bite is a sort of demonic infection. I can fix you. Forge made his bed. Let him die in it. All
Damn.
deserve saving.
Literally.
Even his.
So what you gonna do, Stormy Stone? Shit.
Let him die. Look the other way. Watch. Get used to it. You're not an X-Man anymore. Well, where did that get you? Kissing the hand that beats you?
Wow. Oh no, she's claustrophobic. Don't do this.
I do not fear.
God damn.
I know. That's why you rush to play dead. You fear living.
Fuck.
I said to Jean, I have wondered what it would be like to be human. It is a tempting daydream.
Boy.
Your family, who you follow. I was wrong. Forge didn't rob your gifts. You had already renounced them.
They are really taking it there with this shit.
You turned your back on these paths long ago.
Lord of Chaos,
Oh shit, Master of the Mystic Bastards gets him?
Weaver of Lies, I tear your thread and break your loom. Depart to the desert, demon.
This is the Forge I know.
Depart and be gone.
Nigga, get your black ass out of here. No. Get a thumbs up if you got that reference. I got these scriptures I learned from Vacation Bible School.
This doesn't match. Some of it's okay, despite my best efforts.
Wow.
Your shoulder.
You need a better bedside face, Doc.
We need a doctor up in here. Can somebody call Doctor Strange?
This book holds an answer.
She wrote about a cacti. The midnight chala. Grows in nearby caves.
Your consort was born on the wrong side of the stars. He is Terran.
Gentle sister, heed my throne.
A throne that is bound to more than the whims of your heart. A union with the Terran would bind the Shi'ar into alliance with his inferior homeworld.
I respect you speaking the quiet part out loud, Deathbird. So let's speak plainly. Your Empress and I decide alliances, as well as which world we call home.
Chandalar is home. Our throne world.
Of course, Lord Chancellor. I merely meant...
Spoke the quiet part out loud.
Damn.
Xavier would see his Milky Way ghetto become
You are twisting my words.
What the fuck?
For the sake of the Empire, I must invoke the right of Endasha.
Milky Way ghetto. That is.
Terran.
That is rich.
A non-Shi'ar passed a test of loyalty in order to wed a royal. I finished that volume my second day here, Deathbird.
Not any mere test, Terran. A challenge of my own choosing.
Then choose.
Yeah, let's
To
go.
ensure we are protected from your Terran ties, you must renounce Earth and erase all memory of your life there.
Come on now.
Charles is a formidable psychic. His mind will not be easily scrubbed.
Luckily, we Shi'ar bow to a ruler of equal psychic power. Charles Xavier must purge all memories of Earth, and you, dear sister, must be the one to do it.
Forgive me. I do so love to think.
Do you love me, Charles?
I'm not loving you enough to erase my fucking memories.
Even you know Deathbird's challenge goes too far.
Way too fucking far.
On Earth, you fought tirelessly to be tolerated and were nearly killed for it. Why remember? Why not let go? Start anew.
Oh my god, this
You
woman.
refuse. They won't let us be together.
Your devotion is beyond measure. Perhaps it is time to show you mine.
Oh god, don't sip out now, bro. Just because you have a shiny new suit that allows your butt cheeks to clench.
There, that's it. Snow Snake Tower. Union forces stored weapons here during the Civil War. It was actually built during the Plains War decades earlier by colonists.
Those wars exterminated your people. Why let them build such a thing into the very foundations of your land?
And they said that they were here to help, sort of like how I came to you. I heard the adversary telling you to let me die. Oh, I'm so sorry, Aurora, for deceiving you, for drawing the adversary.
Hush, the demon was not your doing. Before I lost my gifts, I told a friend, my sister, that I often wondered about being human. I confessed this as if to console her. No matter how many I saved, my mutant gifts inspired twice as much hate and humanity. In a way, your machine failing is a blessing. I am better this way.
Growing up, I always heard how the worst weapon used by the Europeans was not bullets or blankets, but a white lie that they could make us.
Oh Lord. The viral heart disease!
Frozen darkness. Where?
That's why I came. I know how you feel about tight spaces.
So she's gonna have to overcome her fucking fears yet again. Why do y'all keep putting my baby through this?
Charles Xavier, do you stand in our circle to complete the rite of Endasha?
I do.
And do you renounce all memories of Earth, of your life there,
I do.
and of your X-Men?
God damn it, man. He's probably going to use some kind of like hidden ability within his
Do you renounce
psychic powers.
your X-Men?
See? He hesitates. What you ask of him is no small burden. He seeks to ally us with Earth.
My God, you are dramatic.
How can we entrust our mighty empire, which has endured for eons, to a ruler descendant of simians? Indeed, this Xavier is not even a pure Terran, a lower caste. A mutant.
Damn!
My sister,
Even y'all are racist?
like my brother
On that end?
has gone mad. Renounce her before her lovesick lunacy destroys us all. Sedition, gladiator, arrest this treacherous vulture.
Please.
And any who dare to stand with her.
Oh no! Watch out! Good shit. Meek!
My Shara!
Oh, hell no. I had tacos with extra onions this morning. Bitch.
No, not this way. I have forgotten my greatest gift.
Yeah, man, come on, bro.
Hear me
What are you operating on a cooldown time?
now in session.
Let's go, man. See the truth. Make sure you guys put down your number 2 pencils when I say so.
What is this? What have you done?
And turn your spreadsheet over.
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
There are yes, always ready to be saved.
Keep going, Storm.
I will save you and let you live your daydream.
Shit.
No, you demon.
Mm-hmm. Tell him.
Not a daydream. The executioner's neutralizer was not the only weapon tamping down my gifts.
It was her emotions.
There was that lie.
Her fears.
I believed it. Play dead, or humanity will thunder down upon you and your kind. You all are an echo of who I am.
Yeah, it's even starting to sound like her. So she's gonna be really powerful when she gets those abilities back.
So let them thunder, for I am lightning.
Did her hair grow back? What the fuck? No need for hair extensions, I see. Y'all picking this up? This being broadcasted? Oh my goodness. Oh snap. No, y'all didn't. We taking it back, boys. It's like she's channeled her inner Angela Bassett. Look how she's flying through those closed off spaces with confidence. Getting major Man of Steel vibes. Typhoons and everything.
There. It's starting to heal.
Yeah, she bad, man.
Now, you've been given a second chance. Should we whisk away to some tropical island?
Nigga, I got shit to
Not an
do.
entirely unpleasant idea.
Nations refusing to allow mutants displaced by the brutal attack on Genosha to return to their home countries. This is
Oh no, she's gonna find out.
Genosha is the opening salvo in the long-feared evolutionary war between humans and mutants.
Who can tell me from where the Shi'ar Imperium draws its might?
From the crushed skulls that house inferior minds, such as yours.
Demerits, raise your hand.
Bitch, sit back down.
The power of your empire is in truth a harvest of stolen worlds. Younger cultures that, had they not been tilled to death, would now be empires rivaling your own. That for me to be more, you must be less. Your existence against mine, because... Why? Says who? Who made up these silly rules?
Yeah, man, preach.
We did, beloved. Playing make-believe.
Even if we were to agree, your idealism would confuse our people. They might even call it nonsense.
Want to know a secret? Coexistence is messy. Thus my love for education. For my X-Men, their heroism teaches a lesson we mustn't forget. That the universe is very old, and all of us very young.
Spin it! The fuck is that?
No!
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wow, so it's reached the cosmos, like...
No! We were dancing, drinking wine, making love! Oh, my children of the atom, destroyed! No!
Nice, and that's, I like this. Shit.
I must return to Earth immediately.
Yeah.
We've nearly convinced the council.
It doesn't matter! While I cowered in the cosmos, the unthinkable has happened.
Charles, if you leave, you will prove my sister right about your kind.
So be it, man. I got shit to handle.
End our star-crossed affair. So be it. I will not abandon my kind.
Okay, Bolivar Trask.
That's what you asked. I gave you my DNA to access Master Mold.
Who is this chasing him, though?
Kill me, please. For what happened in Genosha. I beg you.
Don't take all the blame.
Apocalypse?
And don't fret.
Oh, it's Mr. Sinister.
Why, Genosha was merely the beginning of a prologue, now past. You have nothing to fear, so long as you place your faith
In Sinister. Okay, man, so as I suspected, we did not see the end of Sinister like we thought. I knew somewhere along the lines he was going to come back and reveal his ugly ass face, which I always thought was cool. But yeah, this episode right here was great. I really love how we go from intergalactic to Earth based, very grounded, trying to allow Storm to come, out of her shell, overcome all these great obstacles. One which consists of her fear of claustrophobia, just being scared of being closed off in these tight, confound areas. Like people always forget that Storm, for the most part, she's always been a free-spirited character. She loves being in the wide open terrain, out in the big broad skies, and just flying freely, man. I really enjoyed this episode. I love when they kind of tackle the weaknesses of these characters, because that's when they are at their most vulnerable, and that's when we can kind of peel back those layers and see what they're going to do to overcome them, and I really love that. I also like the fact that as the adversary becomes weakened, and Storm fights back, you hear her voice coming out of him, which basically implies that she's been fighting herself this entire time. Because one thing that's very cool about Storm and her abilities is that they all kind of I don't know, they correlate to her emotions in a way. If she's very disgruntled, her powers can essentially, you know, wreak havoc on the world. She is very much an Omega level mutant, and we see that in the first episode. But in this episode, we also learned that yes, if she doesn't get control of her emotions, her powers could either run rampant or they can lay dormant within her. So she decides to overcome these obstacles, and now she's going to have full control of her abilities. And I like how they wrap this whole gift in a beautiful bow by allowing her to get back into her classic X-Men outfit, which we did see in the Pride of the X-Men pilot, which is interesting, you know, because we do have like certain elements of the Pride of the X-Men in this cartoon. You know, people always give Pride of the X-Men shit for some of the mistakes they had, like Wolverine's Australian accent, but I always think that's the godfather of the X-Men cartoon, because that was like one of the first, or if not the first, X-Men cartoons to kickstart what we have now. So shout outs to that. And shout outs to the showrunners for actually not only giving Storm the outfit, the proper outfit or her original outfit, but also giving her original skin tone, because when she first appeared in the comics, she's a lot darker than what we see her nowadays. You know, they always try to caramelize her and make her look like Halle Berry, you know, when she really looked like Angela Bassett, you know what I'm saying? Just right, you know, down with the brown. With the Shi'ar controversies and things like that, the whole conflict between them and Professor Xavier, I thought was very interesting, especially with Deathbird, who's very adamant about getting Professor Xavier out of there so she can secure a spot as the Empress of the Shi'ar Empire. One thing about Deathbird that's interesting is that in the comic books, if I'm not mistaken, she's connected to Miss Marvel. That's where she made her debut, and she is very much a Chris Claremont product. You know, he created her. And like I love Chris Claremont and how he has this strong affinity towards the sci-fi genre. That's why the X-Men, they can go out there, they can get far out into the cosmos because of Chris Claremont's love for that particular genre, you know, just taking things into the far out nebulous of space. And I just thought it was so funny that she was claiming, Deathbird was claiming that, yeah, this guy, I don't know why you want to align with him. He's a Terran. All the while, if I'm not mistaken, we saw Vulcan, her allying herself with Vulcan, who just so happens to be a fucking Terran and a mutant. I mean, to some of you guys, Vulcan is Cyclops' third brother, his younger brother, who was basically like brought to the Shi'ar Empire after they attacked their dad, Corsair. Like Cyclops and Havoc's dad was basically on the run from the Shi'ar that didn't want to be known. You know, they didn't want to be known to the general public on Earth. They're very much a recluse society that tries to keep a natural order with those type of elements. And they were like, we cannot have any loose ends, so we had to kill this guy, Christopher Summers, aka Corsair, and they do it while the Summers are basically going on a airplane trip to somewhere, and they blast the airplane, and that's basically how we get the origins of Cyclops of Havoc, where the mother and father just say, hey, we don't really have a chance of survival, but we can at least ensure the survival of our kids, and that they're going to get taken into some kind of like, you know, like adoption or something like that, and they give them the one remaining parachute that they have on the plane. Come to find out that they, you know, Corsair and the mother, whose name I always forget, they end up getting caught by the Shi'ar and taken back to them. And the Shi'ar basically kill the mom. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Corsair and Scott and his brother, the mom was pregnant, and they just so happened to have Gabriel Summers, which the Shi'ar extract from the mom, and they put him in some kind of incubation tube and basically just kind of like accelerate his age and bring him to a prime level mutant, which can do a multitude of things. Like, we thought the other Summers brothers were very powerful with their psionic abilities, but they pale in comparison to Vulcan, who essentially has the ability to absorb energy and manipulate different kinds of energy. The guy doesn't have to eat, he just eats, sleeps, and breathes energy. And unlike Scott and his brother Havoc, or Alex, which they can basically be immune to each other's abilities, this guy is not only immune to their abilities, but he can hurt them, so they're not necessarily immune to his power output. So yeah, man, it's cool to see a character that wasn't necessarily around in the 90s get utilized up in a 90s based cartoon. There's so much, like, I am so, like, at a loss for words right now. I'm happy. I'm interested in knowing what's going to happen next. You know, like this episode, I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably ain't going to watch. Like my reactions, for whatever reason, they kind of get lost in the shuffle because YouTube loves shadow banning my channels for whatever reason. But it's just awesome to share my love with you guys on X-Men and kind of get your takes on what you think about these shows, you know, particularly just seeing these characters and the way they navigate throughout this nostalgia trip. There are some things that I'm a bit worried about though, because like since we are utilizing a lot of Grant Morrison elements, I worry what they're gonna do because okay, we see that Storm has a new outfit or her retro outfit. What's gonna happen to the other characters? Like is Cyclops, you know, like who I said earlier, could potentially go back to the you know, doing the Dark Phoenix thing, you know, go into the Dark Phoenix where we have the Dark Phoenix 5, if I'm not mistaken. We have 5 mutants that were the Dark Phoenix simultaneously. Could we get something like that? And what's gonna happen to Beast? Is he gonna go through his second evolution where he gets this ugly ass dog snout? Like I didn't like that. That's probably why I was kind of like adamant about not reading most of the Grant Morrison run, because he had already ticked me off how he put the team in these black suits because he believed that a covert team should be wearing dark suits as opposed to the vibrant ones we always saw them wearing in the 90s, which I guess that makes sense, but it just feels so much in line with what Bryan Singer did with the movies, which I hated. So yeah, I'm wondering, I'm like, just don't steer away too far from what we love about the 90s X-Men, because that's the look that made them the most iconic, and I don't want to see that get ruined for the sake of adapting some of the later stories that took place in the 2000s and beyond that. So yeah, overall, if I were to rate this one, I want to give it an S, but I feel like I'm going to give it an A+ because Bo DeMaio, like I read one of his posts, he was like, if you guys thought y'all saw something with episode 5, you ain't seen nothing yet, you know, and I don't think we've gotten that yet. You know, this episode, it was solid. It was a good follow-up to what we had seen from episode 4, but I think there is something grand over the horizon, something that could potentially be bigger than what we saw in episode 5. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to give my S to a good episode. But with that said, guys, that's going to do it for us today. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, because always I will blast reacting to these things with you and for you. If there's anything that I may have missed or gotten misconstrued, by all means, provide the proper context in the comment section below without spoiling me on things that you know. But this is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer. We ain't seen the reactions. I'll catch you guys on the next reaction to X-Men 97. Peace.